What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven. You guys are watching the Fowler Airgun channel. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are in this video continuing our research and deep diving into this new airgun technology that I've been working on, that I've been trying to get a patent on. And this is the M.R.V, which stands for Magnetic Repulsion Valve, Magnetic Repulsion Airgun Valve. It is a new technology that I have inserted into this Kral platform here. This is a 25 caliber PCP air rifle, custom. Started out as an MP03 platform, and it's obviously changed a whole lot. It has Kral Night, Kral Puncher Breaker, Kral Puncher Breaker pieces, parts and things inside of it. So it's kind of a collab of like 3 or 4 different Kral air rifles. So what I've done essentially is gotten rid of the traditional valve spring inside of the valve there and replaced it with magnets. So it's magnetic repulsion instead of the traditional spring. That's the technology. And what I've done is previously I did some testing here in this video where I'll show you where I shot before testing with just the traditional spring in here, changed absolutely nothing except for taking the spring out and then inserting the magnet into the end of the valve pin. I already did the testing with the spring inserted with the magnetic base plate that it hovers over already in the gun, so the only thing I had to do was add the other opposing magnet into the valve stem. With that being said, I've applied it into this platform here, and today we're going to be shooting over the chronograph a couple numbers. I had plans to get this thing shooting some groups out there at maybe 85 yards today, but unfortunately the mail hasn't kept up with me. So with that being the case, no optic on here, just going to be shooting some chronograph numbers. Hopefully the chronograph will work with us. Kind of in the trees, the shades kind of hitting it a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. Going to be shooting this on what is pretty close to a full tension on the hammer spring with the max power spring in it here, so we're going to be getting a really hard strike, which is good. We're going to be testing if and how much that magnet slap is going to be happening. In other words, when that striker hits into that valve pin, it goes down. We don't want it to make contact with the magnets. We don't want the magnets to contact each other. We want it to just hover and then retract and go back. The magnetic repulsion. So, going to be shooting these Nielsen specialty ammo slugs. These are 29.5 grain, .249 caliber, so they don't quite snug this barrel, so our velocities are going to be a little bit lower. Still, just to show you, this is a 30 grain projectile. I just wanted to use something I had a ton of extra from previous testing. So that's what we're going to do. I'll show you here. Got this bag. It's kind of busted open there on the side, but these are the projectiles we'll be shooting here. It is a traditional Nielsen hollow point with a flat base on it. I'm gonna go ahead and load our magazine up here with 10 of our Nielsen slugs. Now, when I shoot during my testing, rule of thumb for me, if it really depends on where I'm tuning this platform, or a platform rather, where I will set how much I want going on with it as far as power. This is a long distance medium small game hunting platform, so I definitely go for power on this tune here. With that being said, we can always adjust down and shoot, lower velocities with, a lot more higher shot count. So chronograph is going. Coffee, because it is 13 degrees outside, very cold today. Also, that is another thing we're doing, is we're just kind of putting this through its test. It's been out here for several hours now, just hanging out. Anyways, so magazine inserted here. We'll go ahead and start with our first shot. I'll call them out as they go, and I'll show you the last shot on the chronograph. I guess you may not be able to see it too well. The GoPro doesn't really like the shade too much. I'm gonna try to hit that target out there. May or may not be able to. Let's see. I got an error on that one, so I think I just need to focus on shooting over the chronograph here. 947 feet per second. I also wanted to note that we are just a squeeze over 200 bar. maybe 205, 210, somewhere right in that area. 951. 953. 964. 959. 971. 980. 963. And I got an error on that last one. Of course I got an error when I want to show you. It's not to worry. Let's take a gander at our pressure here. Like I said, we were just a squeeze over 210. We are right about 185 bar, right in that area there. So I guess what I'll do is go ahead and take us some more of these Nielsen special ammo slugs here. Feed them into this magazine real quick. And we'll be doing some more testing with accuracy. Obviously you can see that the numbers are, this is an unregulated PCP airgun, so you know you're only going to get as flat with the spread as far as your velocities on your rifle based off of a ton of external factors. Hammer spring, valve, conditions, everything. It all has to play just right. Let's go ahead and continue to shoot. Like 185 bar right in that area. We had like a 963, I think, before we had this error. Let's try again. We got another error. The chronograph's trying to be funny with us. 946, and I'll pull it off here in just 1 second and show you here. Actually, I can just go ahead and do that now. Oh my gosh, the error just occurred. It's okay, here we go. Let's do this. I'll set that right here. Oh, I already had one loaded in. Let's be careful here. All right, here we go. I got 4 on that one. Looks like our chronograph is trying to be funny. We may be getting ready to run our battery out. There's a 937, a 927, 919, 912, 908, 902, 896 to finish off. Let's pull everything back. Well, of course it jumps over to an error there, but that's rather hard to see there. Let's see if I can turn this around here. You may be interested in the area a little bit. A little fire, and trying to keep warm in here, guys, because it's been real cold. So that's taking us down to, we'll call it like 130 bar, somewhere right in that area. 140. A really good use of air. Excuse me. A whole lot of power. A whole lot of power there. Now, mind you, those are 30 grain projectiles, 29.5 grain projectile. Starting just a squeeze over 200 bar, like I said, maybe right at like 205, 210. And you know, getting some really good velocities, getting pretty consistent velocities. Again, like I said, this is unregulated, so you know, maybe moving this technology into a regulated rifle will give it'll give you much better numbers to kind of work with, so you can take out some of these external factors. Anyways, I just wanted to bring everybody out here and show you a little something. I know I didn't have the optic today on here so we can shoot some groups. That's what I really wanted to do, but we will get into that. So, magnetic repulsion valve. This is the M.R.V, or my wife likes to call it the Mr. Valve. The M.R.V, the Mr. Valve. Anyways, I really have enjoyed playing with this a lot. You're going to see more of this technology, hopefully being tested and being applied in many places. I would like to see it applied. You're going to see me shoot this in some PCP pistols and some other things, so be looking out for videos, guys. If you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more from this content, guys. And as always, I will see you on the next one.